Much, Paul. Well, it's almost fight time, the one we've been waiting for. Prince Naseem Hamed.
Adam, no way he's frozen out at this point. This is a huge chance for him. It's come out of the blue. He's making more money than he's ever made before. Why should he be miserable? Go out, take the chance. But the one thing when you face Hamed, you must cut mistakes down to a minimum, and that's what he must do.
Well, I think we await the entrance of Naseem Hamed. What on earth will happen this time? Sanchez waits in the ring. This is the time that maybe mentally he could be disturbed. The crowd shouting Naseem. He's never been in an environment like this before.
And that's the big problem. That is the big problem. And I think that's the reason he's been so shy at the weigh-ins and the press conferences. He doesn't want to talk to people. It's not in his nature. If he'd been a normally confident bloke who had lost his confidence when he got here, then we're in a panic. But he's not. He's never been any different. He is today exactly as he always is. A quiet, unassuming bloke.
Looked very, very nervous when he came head-to-head with Naseem Hamed for the first time. But he said he thrives on nerves. And when he waits in the ring, he waits for Naseem Hamed. He said to me, it will be like Naz is coming into his office, his territory, and when all the bright lights, razzmatazz, ring walks are over, it is the two of them in the ring. But Naz likes to keep them waiting, and that's what he's doing again. When Naz fought Kelly, the American was on the ropes, beckoning for Hamed to come in. Sanchez is just relaxed and waiting. Well, we think Naseem will come in from behind that wall. And this is Mu'ezzin, an Islamic prayer, a traditional call to prayer, the Islamic dua, which is been ordered by Naz. And it's a call to the world's 1.3 billion Muslims to prayer 5 times a day. And this is what Hamed decided when he was training up in Big Bear that he wanted. It's the Mu'ezzin calling the Islamic prayer. Deeply religious, Naz. And the challenger waits patiently in the ring. I wonder what he's making of all this. Just sat on his stool, no reaction. Doesn't look like he's got a worry in the world, and doesn't look as phased as he has this week.
He's actually smiling. Well, I've always felt, and I've said it on several occasions, to me, he looked more uncomfortable than phased. See, when you've been training for a couple of months for a fight, every fighter gets narky and irritable the couple of days before the fight. I mean, it's par for the course. You expect fighters to be like that. He can't be bothered speaking to anybody. Now, Naz is used to doing it. He thrives on it. But this young man, he doesn't like it. He's never going to like it. And that's when we start seeing him. And we think he's nervous. I've always felt he's been more uncomfortable than nervous.
I spent a couple of days with him in Las Vegas. He's never even been onto the strip. He keeps away from the casinos. He's just a really quiet, likeable man. He trains the kids in Pat Barry's gym there. He's got Pat Barry in his corner, his father-in-law. He's married to his daughter. It's a whole family unit, and that's the way they like to do things.
Yep, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's been successful up to now.
So 4 or 5 minutes go by, and Paul Ingle walked out the ring when he was waiting for Hamid's ring walk. But is the Prince about to arrive?
When you see something ill, you know what I mean? That shit is wrong.
Part 1 of the Naseem Hamid repertoire, the ring walk. Taken to extreme by a fighter that has brought fun and showmanship to the sport of boxing. The theatrical acts have seen Hamid enter on a throne, in a car, and most recently on a magic carpet that travelled him majestically through Olympia to his crossroads meeting and the win over Boyani Bungu. The pyrotechnics go to work. Where is Naz? This one is vital to him. The land of hope and opportunity. And the bang, well, it shocked me. And there he is, the fighter the crowd have waited to see. No one like him in the world of boxing. Unique, different, individual, and the hardest punching featherweight in the world. As relaxed as he's been all week.
Yeah, certainly. He loves it. This is a part he loves. I mean, I'll be honest, a couple of years ago I thought Naz had taken the style he had as far as he could take it. And I think his timing and bringing fresh ideas into the camp was perfect, and especially the two guys he brought in. And now he has the old style when he needs it, but they've added to it. They haven't changed it, they haven't taken it away from him, but they've added to it, tightened him up. He's much more professional. And to my mind, that he's a better fighter now than he was 2 years ago.
The fireworks, but the serious look there on Naseem Hamid's face. This is business. He wants to go down in the sport as a legend. He can't afford any slip-ups here. In the week that Al Gore launched his presidential campaign, Hamid now needs to make a similar career best display, if only to silence his American critics. Here's the flip. 35 times out of 35, he lands perfectly. In his New York debut, he was decked 3 times by Kevin Kelly. It was a lethargic win over Wayne McCulloch and a mess in Detroit with Cesar Soto. He needs a punch-perfect display tonight. Unbeaten, hasn't lost since 1989 in the amateurs to Dean Piffin. Professionally perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Foxwoods Resort Casino here in Connecticut, Prince Promotions, in association with Codemasters, Phantom Boxing Incorporated, and ART, proudly present 12 rounds of boxing for the Featherweight Championship of the World. Sanctioned by the WBO and the Mashantucket Pequot Athletic Commission. Chairman Joey Carter, Vice Chairman Richard Butler, Executive Director Joe Letelier, Commissioners John Burns and Peter Timothy. The 3 judges assigned at ringside who will be scoring the bout on the 10-point must system are William Hutt, Luis Pabon, and Clark Sammartino. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Michael Ortega. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Foxwoods Resort Casino in Connecticut, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing silver, trimmed with gold. He weighs 126 pounds and has an outstanding professional record. In 27 contests, he has 26 victories. He has demonstrated his knockout power by stopping 23 opponents inside the distance, and he has only one loss. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the featherweight pride of Las Vegas, Nevada, the challenger, Augie Kid Vegas Sanchez.
Booze for the American fighter.
And introducing in the red corner, wearing leopard with Adidas trim. Weighing 126 pounds, also his professional record is a perfect one, consisting of 34 bouts with 34 victories, including 30 knockouts, and he is rated pound for pound among the best in the world today. From Sheffield, England, here is a man who is proud to honor his father and mother and the heritage of his family with Allah Akbar Muhammad Allah Rasul Allah. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning and defending undefeated featherweight champion of the world, Prince Naseem.
The Americans here are warming to him. Hammered against Sanchez. 15th defense of the WBO featherweight title. Naz in a new look shorts. Silver leopard print tonight with silver boots. Trying to outshine Sanchez's garments. There he is with Oscar Suarez, who said the last words he'll say to Naz is be focused, don't blink, and keep your eyes on Sanchez's left hook.
Okay, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Chief Seconds, Ahmed, trunks right here, a little bit high. From here up is good. Augie, from here up is good. Okay? A good, clean fight. Touch him up. Good luck. Touch him up. Good luck.
They touch gloves. 5 years at the top of the featherweight world for Hamad. Who will knock the Prince off his throne? Augie Sanchez has never fought in this league before, but he's knocked fighters like Jorge Paez cold. Hamad can be caught down 4 times, but with 30 knockouts in 34 fights, could he be the hardest hitting pound-for-pound fighter in boxing? How does Sanchez go about mission impossible?
Well, I share the same fear as Barry McGuigan back in the studio. For me, he stands a little bit too tall, he's too upright, and that's what worries me. He has to get, if his chin's up, his hands better be up as well. He has to take his time and, as I say, cut mistakes down to a minimum. Don't stretch with punches, as he's just done as I'm speaking. Get your feet close before you let the short punches go. No range-finding punches against Hamad.
Height advantage for Sanchez, keeping those gloves nice and high. Hamad relaxed, waiting to pounce. Likes to take a look at his opponents in the first round. He blew Saeed Lawal away in the first defense of his title in 35 seconds. But he just likes to have a wander and test out his power early. A solid southpaw stance now, not the unorthodox switch hitter of old. He planted a couple of body shots on Bayani Bungu early doors. And he tries a little left on Sanchez's head.
So that's what I mean about reaching with punches. He cannot afford to do that. It has to shuffle in with his feet. It has to get close and powerful shots. No use putting little rangefinders out. Naz will counter those. He's reaching with shots. That's a big mistake.
Sanchez was knocked out in 1 round by Edgar Garcia, a built-up bantamweight could be a question mark over his chin. They've worked on that in Vegas, but how much can you do? Watch the backhand jab. Pouring with the jab, Hamad. Looking for the fast left hand. Sanchez trying to close the range down and make Hamad miss.
Hamad hasn't started yet, but it's a promising start from Sanchez. He's positive, he's trying to come forward. Apart from reaching with a couple of shots, he hasn't done anything silly yet.
A little right hand on Hamad's face will give Sanchez a little bit of confidence. Nothing penetrating yet. Hamad springs out the left hook, come overhand shot that dispatched Bungu in Olympia. Cat and mouse at the minute.
Hamad hasn't really landed any punches as yet. There's a balance thing from Sanchez, although he is grabbing hold. Maybe that punch to the forehead stunned him that little bit.
Little smile from Augie Sanchez. And he will be glad to get one round under his belt. There's Hamad in the corner with Oscar Suarez, who seems to be leading proceedings, not Emmanuel Stewart.
Okay, fight. Your straight left hand, I want it more to the left and sharper, all right? Don't be lazy with it. Okay, now.
Don't be lazy, says Suarez. They've built up a very close relationship,
right,
these
you
two.
have to follow with that hook. And again, I want you around the clock. Okay, fight. All right, set him up nice.
Yes,
all right.
Emmanuel Stewart.
It's not going to be easy, all right, to get hit in the early rounds. Yeah, I want you.
Work that jab and get it to the floor.
There's
Get your
Augie Sanchez. Pat Barry, his father-in-law, who took over training after his defeat to Edgar Garcia in '98, and he really believes in Augie Sanchez. They've studied Hamad on tape, and they think he will be out-thought and out-boxed. Interesting strategy.
Well, Hamad did absolutely nothing in the first round. Sanchez landed a couple of shots, not much more, but the couple of shots he did land are just tilted around his way on my card. But as I say, Naz has not started yet.
Augie Sanchez in the silver and gold Kid Vegas, caught by a right hand. That's the uppercut that he used to dislodge Tom Boom Boom Johnson when he won the IBF crown. Naz comes from those unusual angles. Maybe just wary of Sanchez's power, but he's keeping his hands nice and low as usual. Hamad.
Let him out. Let him out. Let him out.
Right from Sanchez. Hamad can be caught. Can leave himself open. He was caught by a left hook from Cesar Soto, which made him cover up in Detroit. Left hand there from Sanchez was a good one. And a right. Well, how about that?
Well, if Sanchez and there's Hamad complaining to the referee, I have never seen that before. There were a couple of good shots from Sanchez. He doesn't want to get too ambitious, but that's what he needs. I've always felt he has to gain confidence. He can do that by getting a couple. He's on the floor
From Augie Sanchez, and Hamad is down for the 5th time in his career.
Well, the referee is outrageous. He is not scoring that a knockdown. That is outrageous. A punch put him over. That is a disgraceful piece of referee. Hamad was not hurt, I agree with that, but that was nothing but a knockdown. A punch landed and he went over.
Michael Ortega, the referee, did not score that a knockdown, but it was, and Augie Sanchez is ripping up the script here. Hamad trying to get his power punches into his own.
Hamad's hurt him with that shot.
Sanchez is hurt badly, and he's wobbling. He's on shaky legs, Sanchez. Oscar Suarez in the corner here saying he's hurt, and he was by that. What a second round here. And when Hamad has an opponent hurt, it doesn't spell good news. Sanchez trying to hold.
You must do anything to get out of trouble here. Grab hold, he is still stunned. Now he has felt Hamed's power. We'll see how he reacts to that. Will he fight back or will he go into a shell?
Should he be trading? Has he got the power? Love again! Hand! Left hand, and Hamed nearly went down! Sanchez is catching Hamed with some clean shots. Back comes the Prince. This is astonishing. No one gave Augie Sanchez a prayer in this fight. And he is exposing big weaknesses.
And Naz can be hurt. He's been hurt each time he's been hit, Adam. He has been hurt.
Massive round for Augie Sanchez. Hammered down, legitimately, but not counted as a knockdown. He smiles in the corner, but my word, Oscar Suarez will be furious.
Well, Adam, I'm scoring that around 10-8 because there is no way a clean punch landed on the forehead. Hamed was off balance, but that is not the point. A punch caused the knockdown, so on my card, Sanchez won the round over and above that. He was hurting himself, but that, to me, was the legitimate knockdown.
Well, let's have another look.
There's the punch. There it goes.
No question.
Punch put him over, it's a knockdown. Disgraceful refereeing then. I think actually he tried to atone for it because when Sanchez was hurt later on, he gave him some time, wiped his gloves and so forth. But look at that, Hamed all over the place. We have to question his chin. We must question Hamed's chin. We've seen him go on the floor several times with less than tremendous punches.
He looked like he was wobbling in Madison Square Garden with Kevin Kelly there, all over the place, Hamed. He might try and blast Sanchez away now. This could be a tear-up in the third round. Left again from Sanchez, and Hamed's in desperate trouble. He tries to get out of the way, but when he's hit, he falls off balance. He doesn't like taking the shots.
See, all the years of not taking headshots in the gym, he hates taking punches. We wonder if he can take them, but he certainly hates having to take them. What a start for Augie Sanchez.
Must be growing enormously in confidence, Sanchez. And the nearer he gets, the more chance he has. Augie, now the crowd shouts. They sense a dramatic upset.
I've never seen Naz so easy to hit. I've never seen his head so stationary. Lucky to miss that one.
Well, we said Augie Sanchez had power. It had never been tested at this level before. But he is getting through time and time again. Hamed off balance with that left hook.
Well, I said, Adam, I hope Sanchez does something to at least enhance his reputation. Well, he's done that already.
Left hand from Hamed was a good one. And now Sanchez is wobbling. But back comes Augie. Hamed smiles. This is the right tear-up. Just like Kevin Kelly, the pro.
Kid's got heart, Adam. He's got heart. He was hurt again then.
Little right hand from Hamed. Sanchez just drops, not a knockdown, but he's already tired. It might come down to who's got the bigger punch. And Sanchez wobbles over. No knockdown, but he looks very, very tired. Has he given it his best shot, Sanchez?
All right, stop that. All right, that's all.
See, the thumping punches that Naz has landed has certainly taken something out of Sanchez.
Left hand from Hamed. And Sanchez going as well for him. He's caught. Hamed with the left hand.
This is as good a fight as I've seen Hamed in for a long time. Oh, great shot.
Good right hook from Hamed.
Nothing wrong with the kid's chin if he took that one, Adam.
Absolutely. I don't know what they've been working on in Vegas, strengthening the neck, but it has worked a treat. Looking for the right uppercut, the corkscrew of a shot, Hamed.
Adam, you have to say this is a poor performance from Naseem Hamed. Taking so many punches, missing his own, his balance is like the old days, all over the place.
After the beautiful performance against Bungu, he suddenly looks all over the place and he almost flipped Sanchez like he did Cesar Soto in Detroit. Well, there's a mixture of applause and boos here. What do we make of this?
Well, as I said, Adam, I wanted this little fella here. We didn't expect him to win. We certainly didn't expect him to score knockdowns or give Hamed so much trouble. I wanted him to enhance his reputation, give us a show. He's done that already. We'll see what happens now. He's still well in this fight. He's hurt now. Now, several times, and Hamed's balance, it's like the old days, he's all over the place, making so many basic mistakes. See, when a fighter's in trouble, he goes back to what he did years ago, and there's no way that was not a knockdown, so I'm scoring that round 10-8 in Sanchez's favour. The punch landed, and over he went, almost again.
He's being caught like he was with Kelly.
You have to question his chin, Adam. These punches, every time he takes a clean shot, he's all over the place. We know he doesn't like getting hit, but you must start wondering, is there a problem there? But he must get his act together. He must tighten up and start boxing the way Suarez and Stewart have been telling him to do in the gym.
Swelling by the right eye of Augie Sanchez as we enter the 4th round of this WBO featherweight title. We hear at ringside that the HBO colleagues and Harold Letterman, who does the scoring, has scored everything to Hamed so far.
Well, Hamed did absolutely nothing in the first round, didn't land a single shot. Why are they scoring the round to Hamed? I don't understand people scoring here. Sanchez, for me, has got the better of things, and that, for me, was a knockdown in the 2nd round.
No one thought that this would last even 3 rounds. People expected Sanchez to be blown away.
Step out clean, step out clean.
There's been some glaring weaknesses in Naseem Hamed's defence, and again, Augie Sanchez gets close. He's really giving it a go, isn't he?
This is tremendous stuff from Sanchez. Far, far better than we expected.
And there's some marking up underneath both eyes of Naseem Hamed. Tries to look for the single punch. That could get Sanchez out of there, but it hasn't come yet.
No, let him out.
It's close.
Step back, please. Step back.
Naz still has that power, and that, I think, is what's going to make the difference in this fight.
There's a lot of blood on Naseem Hamed's shoulder. I don't know where that's come from, but a little left inside, and Sanchez drops to the canvas, but referee Ortega is taking a timeout, and 1 point away from Naseem Hamed.
As for manhandling like a wrestling, he's been playing him around, but I think it's a little bit strict.
Let's keep it clean.
Do you know, I sometimes feel this referee knows he made a mistake in that 1st round, and he's trying to atone for it, because I don't think Hamed deserved that.
He's trying to open Sanchez up and draw him in so he can sting him with a counter now. But back comes Sanchez, but he's caught by a left hand. That's where Hamed's had his success so far. Real scrap here at Connecticut.
Step back, step back.
And the punches are taking their toll now. Sanchez is hurt, and these punches are knocking a lot of the strength out of his legs.
And his eye is closing as well, the right hand. The fatigue is catching up with Augie Sanchez.
That could have been a knockdown as well, Adam. There was a right hook landed then, and his legs seemed to collapse. I don't know if it was a stumble or what.
He seemed to sink to the ground. Caught with a left poking jab by Hamed. Now starts to work the body. He smiles at his corner, gives them a little wink. He's starting to get on top. Good left hook, right hand, and Augie Sanchez is down and in serious trouble. Michael Ortega goes over. The fight is over, and Naseem Hamed retains his WBO featherweight title. It was not a perfect performance, but it was exciting, drama, and entertaining from the first bell. Sanchez is sitting upright and just getting some attention, and look how fired up Hamed is.
Well, he knows he was in trouble tonight. The power, once again, gets him out of trouble. The only couple of times in his career when he's been in trouble, that tremendous power has done it again. But no way can he claim that to be a good performance. A tremendous finish, the punches that finished it. But Naz made so many mistakes, caught with so many punches. He seemed to go back, as I said, to his old ways, when it was all disjointed. He wasn't thinking what he was doing. He must get back to the gym and wonder what went wrong tonight.
His first performance in America was a 3 knockdown apiece fight with Kevin Kelly. This was almost as exciting.
Well, I've got to say, Adam, I wish all of his fights were like this, because too many of his fights are too one-sided, a little bit disjointed because of his style. That was sheer excitement from start to finish. Augie Sanchez is still sitting on the floor at the moment, but he's sitting up, his eyes are open, he's speaking to doctors and so forth. He's all right, but those were tremendous punches that finished the job. The power of Naz's punches had already knocked a lot of the resistance out of Sanchez, but when we talk about enhancing his reputation, the little kid certainly did that. Thumping punches that Naz lands, that natural power. What a finishing shot that was.
So another 4-round win for Naseem Hamed after his win over Briani Bungu in March. But wasn't this a little different? And we all wrote Augie Sanchez off beforehand.
Well, I felt he might be able to put up a show. That's the best I was hoping for. I didn't expect him to. I thought I picked Naz in 3 rounds, but I was hoping it would be a good fight up until then, and it certainly was.
They're just giving Sanchez some precautionary treatment and putting him on a stretcher in the ring, but his eyes are open and he has been talking. Being told to rest there. As you can see, he seems okay. Our wishes obviously to him. And
well,
Pat Barry just looking over him there, his father-in-law and trainer, obviously a double-edged concern there.
I think this is all precautionary. The kid took some tremendous shots. He bumped his head on the canvas when he landed, so I think, as I say, this is all precautionary. Looks, hopefully, it looks worse than it is, but the kid was speaking straight away, responding. There's a possibility he has injured his neck with the way his head landed on the canvas.
Yes, and the Hammond camp looking concerned, and over him, mutual respect between the two fighters and the two teams. Augie Sanchez, who put up such a brave performance, he gave everything he had and had Naz in serious trouble.
Yeah, well, we've seen Naz in a real fight tonight, and that's what we want to see, and he reacted the way you want a champion to react. Okay, it wasn't his smoothest performance, but he grit his teeth, as he had to do a couple of times, and come back. And although it wasn't his smoothest performance, it was certainly one of his most exciting, and once again, he got the job done.
1 or 2 scares on the way, and I wonder what Messrs Morales, Barrera and Mayweather think of that. He was meant to take care of business easily against Augie Sanchez. It was anything but. Another 4-round thriller. And I remember thinking when Naz fought Kelly in the Garden 3 years ago, why don't we have 3 or 4, maybe 5 fights like that in Naz's career to really be remembered?
Well,
that's what the public want.
That was as exciting a Hamed fight as I've seen in a long time. That was as exciting as the Kevin Kelly fight, minus obviously so many knockdowns, but that was tremendous stuff excitement-wise.
Sanchez is just being given some oxygen, and
it's got him out of that little bit of trouble.
Augie Sanchez is wide awake. He's fine, just as a medical precaution. He's been taken out. A round of applause. He can hear you, folks. Let's give him a hand.
That's good to hear.
Referee Michael Ortega calls a halt to the bout at 2 minutes and 30 seconds of round number 4. The winner, and still the undefeated featherweight champion of the world, Naseem Hamed.
35 out of 35. The 5-year reign completed as featherweight champion of the world. And, well,